Hey guys, this is Camfrey
Ready
15,
yet?
joined by my co-host, the Red Wolf.
Hi.
Ah,
Mom says you have to play with me.
oh my gosh.
Hey, how long? Hey, what's going on, guys? It's been how long now since we reviewed this?
Yes, a very, very long time since we last touched uh Eden's Zero. Like, if I could pull up the last video we did of Eden Zero, I would have to say, hold on, I'm pulling it up right now.
Oh yeah, how long has it been? And people have been asking for it.
2 months ago, episode for review, September 23rd.
I apologize in advance, guys. I was just too exhausted for anything. I
Yes.
apologize in advance.
Yes, you're probably wondering, like, oh, Camfrey15 uploaded Eden Zero to his YouTube channel. It's about time. Yes, yes, yes. The reasoning why we're getting back to this is because the last batch of episodes for season 1 of Eden Zero has fully uploaded to Netflix, so all 25 episodes are now on Netflix, if you guys didn't know that. So I thought, well, there's nothing really else on the channel other that I'm reviewing on the channel other than my manga chapter reviews and then One Piece and Dragon Quest. I recently finished my Fairy Tail arc reviews just this past Monday, discussing the last arc in the series, the Alvarez Empire arc. So, hey, need something free in my schedule to do. We're gonna try to get these reviews out, quote unquote, at least every week from this point on going forward. So that means we have to rewatch these episodes, which I'm more than likely fine to watch because I love Eden Zero. But yes, we're sorry for the 2-month hiatus of this review series. Yes, yes, you can clearly tell this is like completely different because even my thumbnails for my videos look a lot different compared to 2 months ago. So yes, let's get into Eden Zero, episode 5. I know.
Oh my God! I know we only just started, but why haven't you pressed the like button yet? Come on, press it. It's right there. Why is it gray when it can be blue? Oh, I'm good.
Yes, and if you I can't really tell if you dislike the button because they changed that whole option where it just says dislike, so I can't tell how many people dislike the video. Don't know why YouTube did that, so
Yeah, I heard about that. Like, why?
I don't know, to make people feel better. Whatever. I think it's a corporate sham, so you don't see over like 20k dislikes on like something maybe political or some other crap that you might hate. Maybe you hate your favorite sports team and you're just leaving you're hitting the dislike button because you hate your team so much because they suck. So I think it's for political reasons. Why? Because
Yes.
Anyways, we're not talking politics. We're talking about Eden Zero here, which is, like I said, one of Mashima's, if not right now, his greatest hit ever. Again, I'm telling you, my co-host, you have yet to see the back half of this season, but my God, this show is goated already in one season, and I can't wait for season 2 to come out.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
I haven't watched the back half of season 1 yet, but yeah, I'm enjoying it so far.
Yes. So last we left off, obviously the whole emotional moment with Pino being awakened and then following her master Sirbir and looking like she was gonna get abused by Master Sirbir again.
Yes. This time with her other leg.
Yeah. We already know that Pino is from the same timeline as Shiki, Happy, and Rebecca. And they already found out they're in the past and they need to find some way to get out of the past. The whole thing is they tried to mess with the past. They could cause some sort of time rift to where they affect the future. But after hearing what happened to Pino, they're like, screw it. We'll change the freaking future and mess it up to save a robot friend.
Yes.
So yes. Anyways, like we said, Sirbir's threatening to take off her other leg, like the first one. So that's the whole thing. Now, Rebecca and Shiki end up getting the information of where Sirbir's hideout is from that bunny lady. So she's like, listen, if you want to go there, go, but be careful out there and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyways, Sirbir starts to torture Pino again and stuff like that. Now, Weiss is in the background looking at this, and he can't stand this. He eventually gets involved and saves Pino, but then who comes in to save the day as well?
Happy and Shiki.
Yes, and Rebecca. Yes, the very voluptuous Rebecca. That was actually, I guess you could say, being thirsted over by the iron-legged brothers.
Yes, and you too, actually. The way you're saying it.
Yes, but honestly, I'm more of a Homura girl, or Homura boy, than Rebecca boy. But I still like me some good Rebecca.
That's fair.
Anyways, what happens is, Wise eventually, with this whole thing that's going on and everything, that everybody's distracted, Shiki takes out some of the members of Sirbir's group with his Magimech gravity attacks. But Weissteiner does what we've been seeing him do so far, and that's run away like a coward, and runs off with Pino and Happy. But what happens next up is, it's looking like Rebecca and Shiki are gonna get smushed, but Shiki does the honorable thing and save the pretty girl. And he sacrifices himself for Rebecca. And Sirbir goes off in his gigantic robot to go chase after Weiss, while Rebecca is then confronted by the iron-legged brothers. Care to tell us how this matchup went?
It went from her dodging their metal legs to them looking up her skirts to and then after that they're just like, she's beautiful, and now they're just trying to look up her skirt and stuff, and I find this line pretty funny from Rebecca. Eat lead, you piece of
Hey, the one thing I like Rebecca is, even though she finds herself in these situations, she does find herself to find some way to get out of it, which, let me just say this. I think it's already a consensus pick that I think I'd choose Rebecca over Lucy. I still love Lucy, but honestly, with what I see from Rebecca, I would probably take a Rebecca in a heartbeat. Now, I think her and Lucy from Alvarez Empire and Lucy in the 100-Year Quest manga, that's kind of debatable where you can take it, because we don't know how much.
My God. Guys, have you guys read the manga? Oh my God, Lucy is reaching some insane feats right now.
Yes. We talked about yesterday's chapter about Loxus versus Kieran. And the fact that
yeah, I just saw that.
And the fact that I'll put that in the end of the video, but with Loxus versus Kieran apparently somehow related to fucking Gildars or something. That's just pure speculation. Anyways, we're not talking about fairy tale. Yes. Now, again, I don't know how well. I saw all the episodes. I know what happens to Rebecca later on, which I think you'll like, my friend. But it's like, I don't know how I compare Alvarez Empire or ending of the series Fairy Tale Lucy to Rebecca, but I still like Rebecca a lot. Even though I will say this, even though they do fan service with her, it's not as much as they did with Lucy.
Yeah, I guess. I guess.
Even though you're the
wow.
Yes, because the Iron Leg brothers were just so observant of her legs. Listen, I'm a man of culture. I like thick thighs, but come on, my guy.
I mean, I'm also a man of culture, even though I'm not really showy about it.
Anyways, Shiki actually gets smashed down to the garbage dump, and what happens with our main man, Shiki?
He finds a robot that looks just like...
what's his face?
Michael.
Michael. Yeah, Shiki was like, "Wait, are you Michael from the past? Something, please." And that's when the robot itself started waking up a bit, and he's saying his name and stuff, and he says, "I'm sorry, I'm not the robot you know. I'm a completely different robot."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's when Shiki is like trying to fix him and stuff, but he's not able to fix him and stuff.
What do we end up finding out with the rest of the robots that look like Mr. Johnny?
Yeah, they were basically abused by Sirbir.
Yes. I think you can probably see it early on. Right now, only 5 episodes in, but in the later episodes, especially in the final arc, in the final arc of season 1, they do dive into, like, I guess you can say a whole kind of racist story or an ostracized story. The fact how robots or machines in the Eden Zero world essentially get ostracized, and they're kind of like the victim of racism to humans in a way.
Yeah, I guess so.
So it's honest to God, like the storyline from One Piece, where the Fisherman Island are kind of like being unjustly treated unfairly for what the human characters are doing to them in One Piece. It's kind of the same thing here, and it's kind of like this is kind of the start of the whole, how you find out how humans in Eden Zero, there are some humans that are good and they'll treat machines like Shiki, for example, like as if they're human beings as in themselves, like they're equal. While you'll find out that there's some pretty deviant characters that like Sirbir, for example, that they don't see machines as well like them as living creatures. They see machines as, well, to them, pieces of garbage or trash or metal.
And Sirbir says that a lot to Pino.
Yeah. Are you? I would say my question to you, since I've seen all the episodes, season 1. What are your thoughts on this whole, I guess, racist type of undertone with the machines and robots, and how scared are you for future maybe characters we see in the future potentially being even worse than Sirbir when it comes to treating machines?
Worse?
Yes.
Oh my god. Well, I just hope Shiki teaches them a lesson. That's all I'm gonna say.
And I'll say this. For people who knows, especially watching this season of Eden Zero, you do know that there is a very, very sad story that involves a character that I'm not going to say because I don't want to spoil it to my friend over here. But let's just say it was kind of fucked up. Yeah. Trust me, your jaw's gonna be dropped.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it right now, just to see.
I guess you're gonna catch it. I guess you're just gonna watch to where you last left off, huh?
But first, let's finish this review.
Yes. Anyways, what happens is obviously Weiss is being chased by Sirbir and his gigantic robot. It's some old model robot. That Happy is like, it's an old model, but to Weiss, because he's from this timeline, is like, well, it's brand new to me. And obviously the thing is, they ask Pino, like, look, use your EMP attack to take him out. But Pino's like, I can't disobey my master, otherwise he's going to attack and abuse and hurt the other robots and stuff like that. Eventually, Sirbir destroys the motorcycle they're on, and it's looking like he's about to freaking take them down. In the meantime, Shiki actually is very upset after hearing the fact that Sirbir did all this stuff. He breaks the whole thing that smushed him down into the garbage disposal. He eventually saves Rebecca by taking out the iron-legged brothers in one shot after Rebecca did, I guess, a seemingly decent job at defending herself. Because they were literally about to. Yeah. And the funny thing is, he leaves to go save Pino, and these fools are still conscious. They're like, legs, Legs! Oh my goodness. Oh, brother.
Hopeless.
Anyways, what happens is, like I said, cutting back, it looks like, what's his face? Sirbir is going to take them all out in one hit. But then Shiki comes crashing in, takes him out of his cockpit of his robot.
Pause.
Yes, pause. I'm not even being inappropriate. That's what you call a seat in a freaking man-made machine.
I just had to say it. Sorry, dude.
Oh my goodness. Child's play. So, and then what is it? He takes him out and Shiki gives a nice roundhouse punch and everything, but then Sirbir counters back, and the thing was we find out that actually Weiss created Sirbir's golden arm. And Sirbir gives a very hard hit to Shiki, but Shiki, in remembrance of, you know, what happened in the garbage disposal, he goes on to say to Sirbir that, listen, all robots are equal like we humans. And guess what? They're all my friends, and Pino's my friend as well. This hits home to Pino seeing this whole moment. It's your typical, you know, friendship moment where a character realizes he's my friend, and he's fighting for me. And he gives a final blow of Magi Mecha attack, gravity cannon, which it looked badass.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he like formulated with his gravity magic like a legit black hole and just threw it at him.
I'm guessing he's gonna have even bigger power-ups later on.
Oh.
Looking forward to it.
Yes. So he ends up defeating Sirbir, but who ends up looking to try to mess that all up?
His little pet bird brain in there. He used that giant robot to grab Shiki and prepares to self-destruct.
What?
Man. Note to self, kids. Don't trust little birds.
Yes. What happens after that?
Pino finally stuck up for herself, and she pretty much shut down the systems on that robot.
Yes, using her EMP, and everything.
Also affect Happy as well, again.
Yes. Weiss actually takes out what's his face, Sirbir's arm. We kind of see that his other arm that was with the golden arm, or the golden attachments to it. It looks like dang near as small as a kid's arm.
Yeah.
So yeah. And essentially the thing is, you know, you have Pino crying and everything, asking Shiki why he did what he did for her, all for a machine. And what does Shiki say?
That's easy. You're my friend.
And that brings obviously Pino to tears, and it almost makes me cry just thinking about it, because little Pino's so adorable. And also, can I just say this? Again, the Pino voice actor is the voice actress who played Liz from SAO. Again, her voice is very fitting for Pino's character.
Yeah.
It makes me even more want to cry. But yes, she gets all emotional. She cries, and she's like, "You're damn right, Shiki." She didn't really say that. She said right. And what does the episode end off with?
It ends off with them leaving the planet. Well, oh wait, no, that's this episode. My bad.
A little too late. A little too far.
Yeah. You take it, man.
The last bit of the episode is just LC Crimson with her ship flying into or approaching the planet Norma. Yes. Urza clone, LC Crimson. Very funny that they both have the same E names.
Or is Urza Elsie clone?
Technically, it's the other way around. It's Urza because Urza came first before Elsie.
Animated or manga?
Manga and animated.
Okay. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah. Fairy Tail was created before Eden Zero.
Okay, no comment.
So yeah, that's the end of episode 5, and that's kind of it. I enjoyed this episode. It was a nice episode with getting to understand Shiki, is the fact that he sees machines as well, like him as well, and stuff like that. So yeah, and then you have the ever looming threat of what Miss Crimson is going to do, because it's not like we're all infatuated with LC Crimson.
Oh, trust me, my jaw dropped the moment I found out her reasonings.
Yes. We'll get that in the coming episodes to find out. But other than that, we're going to get out of here, guys. Again, like we said earlier, sorry for the 2-month hiatus. We will try to make Eden Zero episode reviews every week from this point on till we essentially finish all of the 25 episodes of season 1. And hopefully you guys are not disappointed. Again, if you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode of Eden Zero. Please do not post spoilers in the comment section for any future Eden Zero events, because we are only sticking to the anime. I'm not going to read the manga. This is going to be the one series where I just wait for the anime to come out officially. I do not want to read the manga for this one. So please do not post spoilers in regards to the manga. And stuff like that. Again, and then hit that subscribe button not only to my channel but my co-host channel. I don't know if you do channel stuff, whatever you're doing over there.
I'm just like you. I'm kind of slacking on the on a content right now, but
yes.
Yeah. But of course, you're more consistent. But yeah.
Yeah. I'll put his channel's link in the video. So please subscribe to my co-host channel and give him all the support, you guys. If you guys appreciate him and you guys like his content and stuff like that. Again, like I said, as well as hit the subscribe button for my channel if you want to get more Eden Zero content, as well as Fairy Tail content. Again, like I said, in regards to Fairy Tail on the channel, I will be doing manga chapter reviews every 2 weeks or so, every time a new chapter for 100 Year Quest comes out, as well as I'll put that for the last chapter at the end in my outro, as well as in my outro, I'll put the playlist to my Fairy Tail arc reviews that I finally finished. And again, if you guys don't know what I covered on my Fairy Tail arc reviews, I went through all the original series arcs, their main arcs, talked about them in depth. You don't understand what I had to do. It was damn near hours worth of notes I had to put into my dang note tree just to talk about each and every point from the tippy top to talk anything and everything about that particular Fairy Tail arc. So I put a lot of hard work into that series, and it's one of my very first completed series on my channel. So if you like Fairy Tail, please check that out. But other than that, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day or night, or when checking out this video. And until then, guys, stay safe out there. Peace.